Stop and reflect for just a quick moment. Have you ever walked past a memorial in an old church and wondered about the life behind the name? Not just dates carved in stone, but the story, who they were, where they went, how they did. I did this recently, and it took me from a quiet country church in Yorkshire all the way to colonial Jamaica at a time when the British Empire had just freed its slaves. This is the story of how I rediscovered the life of a man who was almost lost to history, and this is his tale. In St Peter's Church in Conisbrough, I found a memorial to Lieutenant Richard Peter Woodyear. He was just 26 years old, and it said he died of yellow fever in Jamaica in 1835. His parents were from the nearby Crook Hill estate near Doncaster, an estate that today is actually a golf course. When I tried to look him up, there was almost nothing, just fragments of a life, so I decided to try and reconstruct his story. Richard was born around 1811 to Fountain John Elwyn and Frances Woodyear. His father even changed his surname to Woodyear by royal license to inherit the family estate. The next clue placed Richard at Charterhouse School in London, one of the great public schools of the time. He enrolled in 1824 when he was about 13. A few years later, I found a military record. On the 22nd of May 1829, Richard was gazetted as a second lieutenant in the 64th Regiment of Foot. He was only 18 years old, and like many young gentlemen of the time, his commission had been purchased. Before being sent overseas, he lightly served in Ireland on garrison duty, learning the basics of command. Eventually, his regiment was posted to Jamaica. In 1835, British troops were stationed there to protect naval bases and maintain order during the turbulent years following the abolition of slavery. But Jamaica was deadly for European soldiers, and at Fort George, Richard died of yellow fever. To find out what happened after his death, I reached out to a Jamaican heritage group online, and together we searched burial records. Eventually, we found it. Richard had been buried in Portland Parish, Jamaica, in a public grave. No grand officer's tomb, just a simple burial far from home. And that may explain why his parents placed a memorial to him in Conisbrough Church. We still know very little about his life, but his epitaph says, "He was universally lamented and beloved by his brother officers and the men of the regiment." So rest in peace, Lieutenant Woodyear. History almost forgot you, but now at least part of your story has been told.